Hey, you're at Smx Engines, and I got something that I'm super excited about, and I think you're going to be excited about too. I think it is going to be a really big deal. So, for instance, I'll let you know, so I haven't made a real big deal about it, but a couple years ago, we won the Master of Motors at the SEMA show for the SMX engine. Now the SMX engine, like I said, that was a couple years ago because of all this engine has already accomplished. Our engine, in-house, you're only able to get this here. And no, it's not just the block. No, it's not just cylinder heads. It is our billet block, our billet cylinder heads, fully water jacketed, match pairs. You cannot run anybody else's head on this block, and you cannot run anybody else's block on these heads. Just a little heads up. But anyways, that was just to clarify that. The only thing better than winning one of these for this is winning two of these, because I think we're going to do it for this. This is a brand new, the SML. Now, this is LS based, full billet, water jacketed. This is the first one. In fact, I had a customer of mine, Drew McReady, this is his. He calls me up and says, hey, I want you to build a LS version of your SMX. I said, all right, it's gonna take a little while. I'm gonna have to figure this out, but I really would think that there's a good market for it. So let me tell you some things that are about this. Now, this is all based on proven stuff that we've already done with the SMX, okay? Fully water jacketed, Pro Mod engine. This is gonna be a 3,000 plus horsepower capable, fully water jacketed, drive it anywhere, endurance type LS based package. Now, what I don't like to do is, if you ever watch any of my videos, I do not like to reinvent the wheel. So we're not doing quad cams, 6 cams, not overhead, not doing any of that stuff. This is proven package, and horsepower is not the problem. You'll hear me say this often, is that horsepower is not the problem. Making stuff live is. So that's what this was all about. Making horsepower is not the problem. We want to make it live. They live, they work. It's an awesome platform. This is going to be the next awesome platform. One of the things that the primary thing that we have here is water system still works exactly the way it does on the SMX, where water comes in the front, comes around the exhaust side, goes all the way around this outside passage right through here, goes around the block, comes all the way through the lifter valley, up through this passage, out the front. So that's where the block is at. I'll show you the heads here in just a second. Now, this is in a standard cam height, standard bore, fully water jacketed, like I said. One of the bigger issues and bigger deals that you're gonna find here is something that I'm really proud of, is that this is 5 head bolts per cylinder. 1/2 inch, 5 head bolts per cylinder, symmetrical pattern. Not just 4 with a couple little bolts out here, none of that kind of BS. This is 1/2 inch head studs all the way down to the main saddle. In fact, you can see it right here. This is a head stud boss. All the way down here, goes all the way down to the main saddle. 5 1/2 inch head studs per cylinder. Same as the SMX. So you have one one head stud that goes through the intake port. It actually comes down right through this area, right through this plate, these holes right here, into the block. Maximum clamping load, because it doesn't matter how good your stuff is, if it won't hold a head gasket, nobody cares. Or if you need to replace head gaskets every 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 passes or whatever, or that's just your common deal, is the things knock out head gaskets, they leak water, they're moving sleeves, they're doing all sorts of stuff, then it's no good, okay? Now, the other thing that I wanted to do, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel, is we've also made this with a cylinder head package, which is gonna be, obviously, because we have different head bolt pattern, cylinder heads, our block only go together. Nobody else's head is gonna fit on this. Nobody else's block is gonna fit on the cylinder heads. It is our block, our cylinder head package, and intake manifold. Everything else, Cleveland, Maine for this. So if you had a Cleveland, Maine crankshaft, that's what we're supplying it with. I'll roll this over here. But one of the things that I did not want to do was I didn't want everybody to have to reinvent their wheel. So this is a direct drop-in. So take your LS platform out that continues to break or whatever issues that you have. This is going to fit in. Exhaust pattern, heights, spacing, everything. So your turbo kit, everything will just plug right into your car. Most everything will just plug right on and work. Accessory drives, exhaust, hot side, cold side, maybe minor things with the intake manifold, but we have it with forward or rear facing, so you can do it in different patterns like that. So we didn't want to reinvent the wheel there, we just wanted to improve the wheel. So as we roll this over, you can see we'll go down to the bottom of the block here. Now we don't have our permanent hardware in here yet, so these are just here just for machining and mock-up purposes. So what we're doing right now is we're going through and we're proofing everything out. So we'll be assembling this, putting the sleeves in, finish machine work and assembly to proof this out as we get to the production on the rest of the blocks. 4-bolt mains, 70-75 billet main caps, splayed, and where they splay all the way down into this whole bulkhead area right through here. So this isn't just small bolts that go through there. This is a 1/2-inch stud. Goes all the way down. You can see right here, all the way down into that portion of the bulkhead. So everything is very well boxed in, even though we don't have cross bolts in it. What you're really looking for is you want a splayed that goes into the bulkhead, goes into the meat of the block. So super excited. This is just some parts. You're going to see a lot more of this, but I wanted to release this now because we're going to be building 10 of these this year. So I have enough material. We'll go over there, look at the material and stuff, and we'll go over and look at the CNC machine and cylinder head stuff that we're starting to work on in production. And we're going to have 10 of these for this year. So if you're interested, get a hold of us. Now let's walk over there and look at the cylinder head stuff right now. We have all the design, the CAD, everything's all done. So we're going into production right now. In fact, we'll be going into production on Monday with cylinder head stuff. So as you can see, we're a little bit busy with doing other people's stuff. Everything that's in the whole area here is just all customer stuff in process. We'll go over here. You see the world's fastest woody wagon with our SMX power. Oh, also, so you see over here, so I'm invested in all of in material. So that is blank material for cylinder heads and blocks. So got a lot going on there. SMX in this, in the wagon, of course. But let's go over here and look at the cylinder head on this SML. There's nothing to look at per se yet, but we are in that process. So as you come through here to the machine side of things, we'll go over to the big machine. And just like you saw all the material over there behind the machine for the blocks and for cylinder heads, Monday this block goes in the machine and we start working on the first set of cylinder heads for McReady. And then we'll be, after we get this thing all proofed out, everything's all done, then we're going into production. So for those 10 engines that we're planning on for this year, if you want to get in line for one of these engines, you need to give us a call, give me an email at steve@stevemorrisengines.com. We're only selling them, we're not selling a bare block and heads. Not doing that. The only thing we're doing is selling, we will sell long block. So it's intake manifold to oil pan. It'll have a Daly's billet oil pan and pump combination on it. Intake manifold to oil pan. You're going to be in that $89,000 area. That would let you put on all of your hot side, cold side, EFI, anything that you want to do. We have minor things that we can move up and down, but the main thing is that we have this all billet, fully water jacketed, endurance, 3,000 plus horsepower capable and livable LS based platform, the SML. So anyways, I'm super excited about it. You're going to see a lot more about it. We don't have a whole bunch up on the website yet, but we're getting there, and I just wanted to let everybody in on it because I've gotten a lot of contacts and a lot of calls and a lot of people interested in this platform. So super excited about it. I'm Steve Morris. Have a great day.